Hi, I'm Terry Wilson. I'm self-retired. My inner self retired me from corporate. When I was in corporate, there was a certain level of individual that I worked with on a regular basis. When I was in the university setting, same type of thing. And now that I'm out of corporate, I have found that I draw the same types of individuals to me. And it's really all about the language that we speak. I'm a very direct person. I will just say things how they are. Being direct doesn't mean that somebody is being harsh, unless that is how it is that you are used to receiving information from other people. But there's a whole group of people who are very direct, very transparent, very open with everything that they have to share with the world. And we don't say it to be harsh, we say it so that you know. This channel is taking a different shift. I'm still going to be inserting myself into the videos and maybe including Yoda here, baby Yoda as well. But I'm going to be sharing a lot of the information that I am currently learning. I am a natural sponge for information, and you probably are too. It's hard for me to play catch up with all of the information, all of the knowledge, the wisdom that I have learned so far. I do try to interject it with different individuals that I know are receptive to what it is I have to say. And it's not that we communicate on a one-on-one basis, but I see the implementation. And so I know that they're listening, and this is on a regular basis. So if anything, this is for you that are listening. I recently, I don't even know how it is, I came across this individual. Being a recluse my whole life, outside of my interactions in corporate, I don't really know who a lot of people are. For instance, a couple years ago when I found out who Tony Robbins was, I had no idea who he was. And I know that comes like a shock to most people because he's been around for so long, but I didn't. I don't watch TV, I don't really watch movies, and I haven't done so for roughly 15 years. And then of course, I've come across other people that came into my life that have mentored me, like Dean Graziosi and Lewis Howes and Evan Carmichael. Some of them I feel closer to than others, and for different reasons. But somebody recently came into my life along the same lines, but in a different sector. Coming from corporate, it was nice to hear the same type of direct business talk, and I think that's why it is that I even signed up for whatever it was that I signed up for. I don't remember. But I also have been told in corporate that I have big energy, that and some people have just said I'm a little too much, but whatever. It's not my fault that you've been or felt stifled, but I don't, that's one of the benefits of not being around a lot of people, I suppose. And of course, it probably has its detriments. But what I want to do is I want to share with you who it is that recently came into my life, because I found myself impressed, quite impressed with the information that they were providing, extremely impressed with the change in my energy from the very first course that he sent me for free, and others, but it's. And then today I got more information from him and his team that I think is going to benefit, maybe create a bridge for people who are both into business and spirituality, to try to help connect a lot of the dots. What I saw in the group, actually the couple meetings that we had, was that there were a number of spiritual individuals or creatives in one way or another, and that's generally a different kind of energy than what business is. So maybe by sharing the information that I am learning right now, as I learn it, as I go through it, and of course it'll take me a minute to compile different things, but I want to be able to share the information with you as I go through it so that you're learning at the same time I am. I did have to pay for this additional information, but it's part of giving back, right? They have given so much to me, and in any game, it's a pay-to-play game. There's different prices for different things, but giving back, sharing the information that I find relevant in my life, I think that you will also find relevant in yours. And so that is going to be the channel shift going on here. I may create a separate channel, but I need to do a few things first, and I don't want to have a situation like what happened the other day with my YouTube and my email completely disappearing. So I need to fix that yet, but I wanted to give you guys a heads up. There are definitely some changes going on. It's good stuff. It's excellent information. Because I am familiar with the business world and I am familiar with the spiritual world, I feel absolutely confident that this information is not going to steer anybody wrong. And that is the only reason why it is that I'm sharing it. It's coming from what I feel is a very trusted source. And I hope that you are able to embrace and feel this type of energy, and hopefully it will help you grow in your own life and in your business, because I want to see everybody shoot for the stars. That said, here's a quick little snippet, an introduction to JT Foxx.
Work like and with millionaires, multimillionaires, and billionaires, or anyone who is more successful than you. So one of the interesting components of networking is when you're networking, it's not networking. It should really be called connecting. And you have to be able to connect. And before we sort of can go in, I want to sort of ask you some questions about your network and your connect effect. Is how many people are in your personal, your professional, and virtual networks? So how many people are your friends on yours on Facebook and Twitter, and how many email addresses do you have? How many people are on your LinkedIn? Now, often it's not about the sort of the quantity; it's really about the quality. But also too, having a lot of personal emails of people that you know is probably, or phone numbers, is probably one of the most important things. How strong are your relationships with the members of your network? Now, you can have 10,000 people in your network, but if you don't have a relationship with them, it really doesn't matter. How diverse are your networks are in terms of age, gender, culture, profession? To me, if you just say, well, I'm a real estate person and I only have real estate connections, we're wrong again. A lot of my partners have come from people outside the network of real estate when I first started. So sometimes, let's say you're an investor and you go to a dentist convention, let's say, to network, right? Well, you stand out because everybody there is a dentist and you are a person that is standing out. And so you're different. If you're a dentist, so you'd be like everybody else. So something to remember when you network. How high quality are your contacts? That's an important thing. I have a lot of people in my network, but I have a lot of high quality people, and that's a very important part of the process. And how often do you put effort into building your network? We spent a lot of time on building my Facebook network, on building our database, because obviously at the end of the day, database marketing is single-handedly the most profitable thing that you can do in your business, not only for networking purposes, but also for the purposes of growing your business and networking. And how often? How often do you go to networking events? And I'm not talking about like, broke real estate groups or broke business.